And we're live into the server, paiN Gaming and ATK. Squaring off. They're set to go on Mirage to start. Haven't seen a lot of Mirage this playoffs, actually, John.
Yeah, it's been kind of rare. Well, well, yeah, I can't complain either, to be honest.
Oh, well. A little of the old classic. And what a shocker. We're getting smoked onto A to start things off. Speaking of classics, here we go. Take on flashes. Good, but somehow there's still a player ramp. They've overlooked them. The fighting towards site, it looked so well positioned on the waterfall out of Palace, but they need this kill ramp and they know it. Swisher, he's got to find it and drops the bomb forward. So it looked like the right read. It looked like the right play. But this forward positioning from paiN catches ETK off guard, and now John G being whittled down bit by bit will be eliminated.
That's just Skulls. Great position at the ramp, like you said. I mean, he's the reason why ATK are not more successful in the execute, because everything actually looked really good towards the site itself. But Skulls waiting at ramp got two players, and then Swisher couldn't finish him off, and he slips away for a third, along with the bomb dropped at his feet. So at that point, round is pretty much over unless John G hits every head, which he obviously did not. So paiN win another pistol round against ATK. They won 3 of 4 their last time, and that makes it 4 of 5 against this ATK squad. Skulls gonna tuck himself into sandwich, and then you have Zevy waiting over at CT spawn. And ATK, well, they're just gonna take a quick fight here, and they will win the first one. paiN-zevy trades one back. 4v4, even numbers. ATK get a bomb plan here, and perhaps more. What a shot from Mistim onto Zevy.
That was a ripper. He's gonna get the rifle as a result. Even wins his duel despite burning. Ducking into the Molotov. This is all a Mistim round. Taking command here. Let's see if his teammates can help him see it through. Nicky's is in no man's land. This is a really tough spot. He's going to get peeked upon. The sandwich player might just have him. How has he been missed? What's happened here? Rek will eventually get the kill. He's gone a little bit far afield, but Rek will seal the deal. Make good on the promise of this round. A huge result for ATK early.
Yeah, Mistim, who hasn't exactly been at the top of the board in terms of opening frags or in the early goings in terms of frags, got 2 there that were absolutely critical, and now we're tied up at 1 because of it. And it's just the first one, right? The Tech 9 headshot was great, but the follow-up, which you're picking up the A1S, really cemented their hold of that A site, and the force buy is just perfect. And now paiN Gaming are like, well, you're going to force up, so are we. Let's see if it'll work out for them.
Mistim's a really fascinating name to me as well when we're talking about, you know, potential futures, potential rosters, potential shuffles. He's a guy who, yeah, maybe he's taken a bit of a step back since the changes to the roster, but that generally happens with an IGL while they get things ironed out, while they make sure everyone's on the same page. But he can frag when he needs to, and fragging IGLs are a precious commodity in the world of Counter-Strike.
I do agree. Mistim is very solid in terms of a fragging IGL. I'd say that paiN-zevy and Exit are perhaps a step above him, at least at this current stage, but definitely he's very potent. Not only that, you know, he's great at getting entry frags, which not all IGLs are effective at. So that he's got a lot of stuff going for him. Not to mention he's got a great mind for Counter-Strike.
Certainly does. And when you compare him to the 2 you talked about, they've had some consistent rosters since at least the player break, which Mistim has not had the luxury of. So it's an interesting comparison. He's a name to keep an eye on, and there's a lead in this round for ATK. Speaking of IGLs making good calls, Georgie's going to be dead, but there's no one on B. It's a full wrap. It's a full rotate. It's a full commit, and ATK will find a vacant site to pounce upon.
Yeah, it's a great read from ATK to rotate around.
A little late on this. Zevy's back on the angle, but with the smoke in, he shouldn't be able to do anything. Swisher actually gets run down. Extra gun picked up. This is looking less and less like a sure thing with every passing moment, but that kill from Rek might reinforce. Save with the D shot on the smoke fade, that could be huge, but Rek slips away. And Nekis does not look eager to join his comrade.
And Rek gets another one. 5 frags for him. Nekis, like you said, not eager to join, and he will fall back. That's a great read from ATK, right? They're going towards the A site. They find some frags, but also face a decent amount of resistance. So you know what? Let's rotate off. Go to the B site. Swisher stays behind to try and get a rotation. That doesn't work out, which is when it gets a little bit scary. But afterwards, Rek finds one, and then the second afterwards to really seal things up. Nekis is just going to be on the stage. And frag leader throughout these playoffs. Actually, Rec. I mentioned it was Swisher, but no, it was Rec with those stats at 148 frags, number 4 in the league, and an ADR of 82.7, which is number 5. But Swisher's not far behind at 135 frags coming into this one, and an 85.4 ADR, which is number 2 in the league. So those two players combined have been ATK's saving grace.
That's all you need. Firepower core building up. Start to get the rest of the roster online at an acceptable level, and you're cooking. Cooking with gas. We got the one rifle in this round, the only threat. Oh, unless paiN-zevy catches that kill on ramp. That was... What was Wolfie doing?
I'm not sure.
He just flew out solo. Was there utility to set him up? I mean, missed him with the closest player. He still got his full nade set. What was that? Did Wolfie just think he had a timing?
I think so. He must have seen something. Anyway, Jonji gets the trade here towards mid and takes down Zevy, so that will help out. Make the numbers even and perhaps let everyone forget about what just happened at the beginning of the round. Wolfie, of course, included in that. paiN-zevy and Nikki's waiting in window, and there's Rec finding Hardzao 4v3. They've got the advantage and a full minute on the clock to work with. Rec's still by his lonesome here at the B site, but they can wrap around Cat and join him very quickly.
Yeah, they're moving up into the split. There'll be a check in the window, which might get a kill.
Jeez.
Rex also just dealt with Market, so it's all over, right? Nick might even be able to save this gun for the future. Won't have that opportunity. Nice uppercut shot from Missed Him, and it's full control. And considering, I mean, nothing should have happened in this round. This is the expectation. But considering paiN-zevy gets that opener, things get a little more interesting. Now Skulls is Zeusing for an exit. I love it. Can he get it?
He might get it.
It's not a great angle for
Rex
it.
is clearing it.
Yeah, the distance makes it tough. Good awareness from Rec.
Yeah, good job. Rec gets himself a 3K. He's up to 8. Almost into double digits, and we're only going into round number 5. As he was cleaning up house there on that anti-eco. ATK, great recovery after losing that pistol round to run 3 in a row, but now they've got to worry about the paiN rifles for the first time in this map. All A1Ss, though, still no op in Zevy's hands. He's going to go out and toss that in. Immediately he's going to connect. It does, but only for a little bit of damage. Rec is not too worse for the wear, down to 92. As Swisher has moved his way into the apartments, and it looks like a quick peek hit's coming through. Yes, it is. 135 on the clock, and Nekis gets the first frag. That's going to help paiN's case.
A little bit of mistiming there. Wolfie's flash actually caught his teammate, I think, and now they're in trouble. Hardzao going to be taken out of play. Oh, that smoke bottles into the back of a teammate's head, so that's one gone wasted. Little bit of utility miscues here for ATK, but Zevy bottles it on the spray, and now it's clutch. But Skulls, the clutcher, we know what he can do. Risky cross here. They're actually waiting. Let's see if he makes a move. I mean, the Jonji's going to be stuck, and now a clutch of his own. A 1v1. But Skulls just misread this. He thinks it might have been going A. He's wondering why the bomb hasn't been planted yet, and now he'll realize, uh-oh, error of his ways.
But
Time going to be a big issue. There's no kit.
Yeah. Does Jonji have the read here?
He just has to buy the time. He knows Skulls fell off of it. He just has to buy the time. That Molotov goes down on the bomb. I don't know that Skulls can do anything about this. There's the spot. There's the Jonji's got it, but Skulls so quick. I think there's time enough. Oh, it's going to be close, but I think he's got it. Does he? Oh, squeaker. All good. All good, John.
Yeah, all good. It's just a shame Jonji didn't toss that Molotov down, right? Because if he does, then there's no chance Skulls gets that defusal. And of course, well, he wanted to section out the fight. Had the spot, but just couldn't hit the shots. And those are the rounds I was talking about, Mike. Those are the rounds in the last series that ATK could not close out. Even though that was a full-on buy, still,
yeah,
it's those 1v1 scenarios that they just can't seem to find.
I don't think the issue is the 1v1. I think the issue is how much fumbled utility there was in there. The flashbangs missed time, catches your teammate coming out of the apartments. A smoke, it doesn't catch the catwalk player because it hits a teammate in the back of the head. A lot of miscues from ATK, and then they get bunched up on the van when you really need to get out of that site aggressively, like this. Okay, Jonji, that's how you do it. That's how you do an explode play out on towards B. Okay, immediately correct the mistake of the last round. If anything, he was so far ahead of his teammates, it was completely unexpected, and that's going to be an insta-save off of paiN Gaming. What a rally round here from Jonji.
This is the Jonji double-edged sword, right? You push out, go aggressive, no hesitation. Sometimes you're dead immediately, and other times you catch everyone off guard and get yourself a 2K and the round just like that. And that was the latter. Well done from Jonji. And he's actually been off to a pretty hot start here. 7 frags to his name, as ATK will get the 4th, and he can make amends for the 1v1 that he could not clutch in that previous round. Although, again, you know, like you said, it was a lot of bumbling around there for ATK until he also led them into that situation. Anyway, paiN's going to save 3 rifles here, an AWP and 2 A1Ss as they move on into round number 7, which means the battle won't be that bad. I mean, they can drop some SMGs here for Nikis and Hardzao, which I would expect them to. And they'll have a decent buy-up.
paiN's actually pretty conservative with the buying choices, and if they don't invest here,
it would
they got one on the next.
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
they're gonna 3
rifles. They're very conservative about this. They'd rather have a full buy than risk 2 halves. It's very counter to most Brazilian teams that we see, right?
Yes.
Where they love a K out there, they love a Deagle, they love a, but that's not paiN. paiN want to play with the full set because as far as they're concerned, they're better than you if both teams have the full gun. Skulls might be better than you if he can't see you either. Lots of damage on. Wreck low. This round's going to be very scrappy. Look at the health on Wreck and Jonji. These pistols might as well be off. Need the pistols. Move through. Big 0-1, but 2 fall back the other way. Advantage for ATK, if only a slim one. This duel with Zevy, I think this is everything, but he's got it. That's the healthy player out of play. The bomb's still not down. They can leave. They can cancel, and that's exactly what they're going to do.
Zevy's read it, though. Honestly, Zevy had a chance. If he just stayed scoped in on Palace, he could have threaded the needle.
It's a fake. They're coming back. I don't know whether Rek got vision on Zevy rotating off, but it's been enough to send it off. Now it's just Hardzao. But as previously mentioned, for Rek, that USP might as well be an AK. Zevy's even coming back around, so the window of opportunity might have closed.
Yeah, I don't know if they expected Zevy to necessarily go back to the B side. Oh no, Zevy is still doubting himself, so he goes back to B, and now Wolfie and Rek are going to get an opportunity to move into A without having to worry too much.
If they plan exposed, he's got them. If they plan exposed to Catwalk, he's immediately got it. Have to make a move. They have to play together. Rek's just so hesitant on this. Smoke salvage, smoke found. Now the plant can go in, and the USP can't really threaten the planting spot. So that at least secured. A clock now applying pressure on. There is a kit down right by the bomb as well. So even if Zevy's coming in late, this still should be viable. They do have to make the move. They do have to risk the op. They do have to put skin in the game. The USP certainly a free scout for this one. But he's not bought the response he was looking for just yet. Now time is becoming a real issue. Fight on in a salvaged AK, but his head ripped from his shoulders. I think Zevy's going to tuck and run, and Rek won't let him.
Wow, fantastic work from ATK to section off the last 2 players. The patience. Wolfie hits the insta headshot, even though the read was there, right? He was expected to be in that position by Hardzao, and then Zevy. He was just trying to look for one more shot potentially before he tucked away, and he couldn't get back. That means no op saved over, and they can't afford to buy it into this round. It would have been a great gun to save for them, so it's just going to be A1Ss. As ATK, I mean, they've run 5 now. It's technically a 5-1 run that they're on. paiN not able to build up their economy at all. You got zeros across the board except for Hardzao with 150 left in his pocket. Whereas ATK, well, they're looking pretty in terms of economy. They got a buy up in the bank. Missed him. He's going to be walking up here and challenging potentially over at ramp, but look who's challenging on the other side. Skulls is pushed up all the way, and Zevy supporting. So this is an aggressive hold from paiN towards A, and if Mistim comes out and is not careful, he could go down.
They haven't seen anything yet. They haven't seen anything. It's actually going to funnel the bomb on over. This aggro setup could work if there's not a flashbang to clear. The thing is, as it is right now, Skulls is meant to be anti-flash, and Zevy was on the ankle, but they can't wait there forever because Palace is open. The jungle player shifted in to distract him towards mid. 55 seconds, they haven't seen anything. There's too many doubts in their mind. If anything, that Molotov might actually make them more confident. Here comes the exec. Flashbang doesn't hit. The clear does, though. Good shot from Mistim. Had to land it, and he's done so. And actually having pulled his presence, ATK are shifting the bomb the other direction. They know they've drawn focus here. Well, they've done it, and they pulled the rotation off the B site as well. Swisher would have loved to get something there. And the bodies, they're falling apart. They kept the rotations, but ESL in a cheeky spot. He's got the first, and it's all on to Wolfie. Which is way too late to take any advantage of the distraction made. So the timing is not on for ATK. They can't capitalize on what their fake was supposed to sell.
Yeah, and they didn't realize that Zevy was so close at ramp. That was another thing that missed him, completely overlooked. He gets clocked, and then Zevy's able to capitalize and get the second one in Palaces right here that you're seeing right now. So paiN Gaming after that just cruise along to victory, and they get their third with relative ease. ATK 4 AKs in the AWP, though, as mentioned, they had a buy-up available to them regardless of the result of the previous round, so paiN still got their hands full, and no op available to them on a map that benefits greatly from it.
Definitely still scrappy.
Very reminiscent of their first series.
It is indeed. I think ATK going to be kicking themselves. Not converting the opener, and this time, well, no openers available. Aggression from paiN on both sides of the map. Net kills. They're actually gone all the way out to Sandwich, which is impressive solo, but it had to be a bit punishing. So she's got a lot of ground here in jungle. This double ticket setup creates a brilliant crossfire, and actually Nikis can go back to make sure they haven't gotten through the murder hole. Biguzera's going to come in to check that as well, which will allow them to refocus in towards A. Now they're going to have so many eyes on the line here. One fewer. One set fewer right now, but the immediate answer is there.
I mean, it's Zevy again from ramp, as Wolfie's now the last one standing in a 1v4. Not much hope. If he goes through the murder hole, ESL will have him dead to rights, and, well, he's just going to peek out towards window. A save wouldn't be a bad idea, and that might be on Wolfie's mind here. He's going towards the underpass. And yeah, there's no more to be said in this round from him, at least in terms of a chance at getting a plant. So he's just going to try and keep the op up and running. Fourth round picked up for paiN Gaming.
I feel like what we're seeing in a lot of these rounds, John, is good ideas, but not buttoned up execution, right? ATK are trying some complicated things in terms of throwing fakes, in terms of mixing things up, in terms of changing entry points in towards site. And they're actually having a lot of success at getting the ground, getting some of the utility down, but there's a little bit of disjointed. Last round was a really good illustration of this, where you had a fake that pulled a lot of presence off of B. That's a crazy kill.
Yeah.
Wolfie clocked after time. That's disastrous.
Through the wall.
Disastrous for ATK. But you're just not seeing all the pieces on the same page. You're not seeing the timing hit perfectly. And against a roster like paiN, you need to have those on point if you're going to succeed.
Yeah, but also paiN has made a little bit of an adjustment as well. Compared to the beginning of the map, they were very passive. They weren't really going for aggressive pushes, and now they're pushing up on ramp. Twice Zevy has been there, and it's really been a thorn on ATK's side. They went up into the apartments at B, and now, well, it's just pistols for ATK, so we keep talking about it. But look at them now into mid as well. Another example of how paiN is just giving ATK very little space to work with and actually set up on their T side.
Oh. Okay, all right. Get it done with a P250. Almost had the impact, but P2? Maybe so. Not so much anymore. All right, cleanup crew is here for paiN. There was a moment. There was a thought. And not another shot.
Yep, just that one frag that made it interesting, but he said the run boost, and Biguzera was like, oh, yeah, hello, here's an insta-headshot. Zevy, he's doing well. I mean, pretty impressive so far. Hasn't really done much with the op because he hasn't had it in his hands, and it's been the rifle for all of those frags. 8 on the board, tied with Bigu and Nikis. This is when paiN gets really, really scary, is when everyone is fragging out and no one really looks off their game. So we'll see how this pans out for ATK. They're going to have to really come through with something special here in this round to get the momentum back.
There's nades. Are these all in towards mid? No. Only 1, 2. 2 of them. So this window position could be under threat. Zevy, that goes a little deep. Bit of damage, though, onto it. The HEs could have been interesting, but they're not coordinated.
There's still 2 of them.
Yeah, there are. But you've already put the window player on notice, right? That's the big potential threat. If someone's trying to take that one gap that you have in the smoke, right? Do the one way, and you just mortar strike with 3 HEs. Honestly, a great counter to an op in an eco round. This isn't an eco, but it is a force buy. Wolfie, obviously not able to bring much. Trying to get their economy back on whack if this one can't work. Or track, rather, as the case may be.
He's going to get one here for free. The wreck goes down. Oh, boy. Oh, no. This is getting bad.
Gotta be watching. You know, he's here. You can't be turning your back to him. Clean your block. Oh, okay. Zevy didn't realize Swisher had gotten under the balcony. Skulls is still here, but this is now a real chance at a round. Bomb plant gonna go in. Is there utility to deny this? Hardzao's late with the Molotov. Nades could do damage. But no, they missed their opportunity to punish. Actually, that HE. It doesn't take the bounce. The utility exchange for both sides not really having the desired consequences. And John G in this round is going to be the insurance policy. Wolfie and Swisher try and play off each other's contacts, double swing this fight. John G's distracting a bit. Swisher takes the first, the second as well. And there's it all for Swish.
Wow, he's been so quiet up to this point. Only 2 frags. I think one of them came back in the pistol, but right there, he gets the 4K. And after that happened, we thought, okay, that's it. paiN-zevy just put the nail in ATK's coffin again. It's a 5v3, but ATK recover in such a big way. 2 frags on the A site. They get the bomb planted, and afterwards, Swisher in the post plant. Perfection. 6th round for ATK. They absolutely needed that shot in the arm. Thing is, now Zevy will have the op once more because they had enough money in the bank to get the one buy up. And he's going to get tossed towards top of mid. paiN-zevy wants the aggression. He wants the fight here. And Jonji's going to give it to him. Who wins it is the question. paiN-zevy waiting behind the smoke, thinking about popping out, and backs off.
Both right here. John G gets the full alert. 2 players on. He's got the first. Expects the second as well, and he's got it. Beautiful 2-piece. Dismantling that connector setup. Yeah, you can take a rest, John G. You've done your work. Man advantage gain for the team. He does trade.
Pulls off B too, Mike.
Oh, it's so much pressure on ESL. He's been good. He's been good as that solo player, but now he's been spotted. She's gonna go, wow. Wreck trying to get activated on the other side of the map. Gets caught here. Now the reinforcements are on, and once again, ATK are missing the moment that their plays have made. There you go. Big trouble now. Nekius sliding into the gap. Sliding into the breach. ESL continuing to strike. They've lost track of these players. And that's gonna be ESL managing to find 3. ATK, the timing is just not quite there. Look, it should have been a very successful round. They got exactly what they wanted. They get a 2-piece here. They pull everybody off of mid. But, and the B players are waiting for Rec to get further up on catwalk, and because of that hesitation, the rotation comes in. Rec gets lost, and the moment slips them by.
Yeah, I think it would have been better just to go and send the 3 players into the B site. Rec, if he gets there, he gets there. If not, you know, it's okay. Because you had that opportunity with only 1 player on B to really capitalize. And there's no way that paiN doesn't send reinforcements to A because of what just happened. Nikis opens it up immediately with a frag onto Swisher. This is an anti-eco. Only Glocks come through. Nothing else for ATK. A bomb plant would be miraculous. Anything more would be insane. paiN-zevy gets missed him though, and I don't think we're going to see anything crazy into this round. John G slips through. He's got a deagle. Rec does it well, actually. And there's a shot. Okay, Rec finds paiN-zevy. The thing is, John G's kind of trapped here, and so is Rec. John G pops out, and his head gets taken off. That's going to be that 7-6 in favor of paiN.
A recovery here for paiN.
Yeah.
I mean, frankly put, 6 rounds on Mirage is already a decent C side, right? It's not a bad showing for ATK, but considering the number of moments where it felt like they might be exploding ahead, it's been paiN dragging themselves back in front again and again. And let's see if Skulls can do it here. Jonji trying to get cheeky mid. That flashbang's so good. Oh, the shots aren't on. Jonji knows what he's doing, but I don't think he can actually see Skulls in that one way. So he's just trying to play on the positioning. The right idea, but not quite buttoned up. And now 2 players down. This is turning into a catastrophe for the evil geniuses.
Yeah, it feels like those rounds that are going by the wayside, right? If ATK just had a bit more time to cook with this roster, maybe we'd be looking at a different story, but they've only just formed mid-season in terms of this chorus. Nikiza is going to take down Jonji, and now it's only Swisher and Wolfie, although they have a chance here, a 2v1 technically onto the B site to get the frag. Could be
Here
a
we
bomb
go.
plant. There's the frag.
There it is. Nikiza is immediately out into the fray. Oh, great shot there. We got a round. We've got a real round. Bomb gonna be down. Landed at the very least to secure some money for the next round. Let's see if they could zero this in. HE's not finding it. Bob's working its way in towards the apartments. Is Swisher ready for this flank? Looking for it. He's got the shot. Zevy missed. A critical frag. Now they're both bunched in towards the market. And Wolfie's making a move. A bold move for sure, but one that could catch them completely off guard. No. Big Uzera prepared for it. Time is going to be of the essence here. There's a smoke for the defuse, but there's no Molotov, so it's all about the gun. Big Uzera deleted, erased, pulled off of the bomb. It's the round win for ATK. They've won it on time alone, and so a 7th on the board. Swisher will happily sacrifice himself for the cause.
Yeah, and he keeps Skulls on the side as well, and Skulls goes down. Wow, that was a 2v5 that Swisher and Wolfie just picked apart. Yes, there was damage done before that, but wow. First of all, sectioning off that player on the B side, good job. But then Wolfie with that second, unreal. Just flying across and stopping paiN from getting a little additional presence on that B side before the bomb gets planted. And after that, it's just a phenomenal Swisher. I mean, he only has 9 frags, right? But all 9 of those have been so important. Huge impact coming through from him. We are in the 15th and final round of play of this first half. And ATK are looking to take the lead into the second half.
Oh, couple quick shots in the spacing they've gained. Jonji and missed him in the nick of time. Missed him, saves his teammate's life, and may have just changed the course of this round. Jonji was happy to go 1-for-1 and sacrifice himself, but missed him. Johnny on the spot here. Hardzao burning, forced off. They'll reposition. They want to go for this double catwalk fight. Skulls is here because it gets him a rifle, but the re-molly is perfect. This utility has bought them so much time, and paiN Gaming have to live with the choices they've made. Trying to get around the corner. A breaks boost to offset the aim, but there's the spot on the first, the kill as well, and confirmation of the last. It couldn't have gone better for ATK. Onto the D. Desperation here. Time running out, and a lead as ATK bring us to the half.
Yeah, they go right back to that, explode onto the B site, but this time they've got more numbers and they really take care of business nicely. Wreck finding that one in the waning moments, and Jonji, of course, with a 2K. Just very, very well done from them to take the lead into this second half. Could it have been a bigger lead? Yes, but still, they recovered well.
Recovered indeed. Prime opportunity for ATK to snatch their map pick when we come back from this break. ATK find themselves a lead in the dying moments. I mean, that was quite a rally, and frankly, from what we watched, looked like it was even more of ATK in control. So, the second half could speak good things for what you would think of as the upset roster in this one.
We'll have to see if they can complete the recovery here and get the map victory as paiN are charging, and they're already going to have a bomb plant. ATK are playing retake. Do they have the defuse kit? Yes, they do.
Oh, missed him.
Oh,
Missed him. Oh, lines with the shot. One of the hardest shots to hit in Counter-Strike. Back of the head with the USP, but he gets it. They keep the advantage up. Oh, cheeky play from Nekius. But Swisher was holding for it, so now it's all falling apart. Bomb planted at the very least, but that might be the only consolation. Biguzera go ham, and he cannot. No ham. Team Ace.
Classic pistol retake strat as well coming through from ATK. You give up the A site, you fall back, you don't lose any players, and then you charge in. And of course, in that case, Mistim just had a cheeky spot in the cubby of jungle. He gets one for free, ends up getting traded by paiN-hardzao, but then ATK come right back and delete paiN-hardzao. And after that is just a slaughter. And that is pistol round taken. Only their second pistol round against paiN in the last 2 BO3s, but it's at such a critical juncture here on Mirage when momentum is starting to cement in their direction. Rek, he's going to toss that nade out and immediately post himself up here at Cat. He's got someone nearby as well. I think that's Wolfie and Window. Yes, it is. So this is a really good setup for ATK, especially considering just pistols coming through, and paiN are going to send everyone into mid.
I'm not willing to count these Deagles out. Okay, and the O. There's the first, the second as well, and that's exactly why. Skulls and Neki's explosive play. Alarm bells ringing now for ATK. A playback to the Colonel. This is bold. Biguzera's here. Do they clear it? Yes, indeed. Pixel spotted.
Yeah.
Oh, that was very nearly a massive blunder. But they pulled all the presents off the B site, and paiN's not going to waste any time about this. Swisher realizes he has to go back. And they're going for the underpass play as well, but this might be a bomb plant conceded. First player crosses. Risky duel with the Deagle, and that's exactly why.
Oh, he faked that.
Through the walls. Is going to get the bomb planted. Big coup for this round. It's actually already successful. While the cleanup kill will come through. 2 kills and a bomb plant out of this is not a bad result for paiN.
No, not at all, because it was a very light buy for paiN into that round, and they still managed to get the bomb planted, so that's going to very much bolster their buy up into this next one. But at the very least, ATK only suffer a couple of casualties. That could have gotten worse, but Swisher stemmed the bleeding with his 2K. 10-7 for ATK. They hit double digits first against this paiN roster, but here come the guns.
Yeah, and it's going to be a much more vulnerable CT side because of those 2 kills coming through. Yes, it's just the SMG is lost, but it means that this first gun round takes on much greater import. I don't think the op's available. Someone might have just squeaked the money for it.
I think there's enough, but they don't want it anyway.
No, I don't think anyone had it. I don't think anyone had quite enough cash to actually buy up the Zoom Banger. But full rifles on the board. No op on the other side as well, so even Stevens in terms of the weaponry. And look at this mid-fight. Everybody's here. Wolfie's got the opener. But Rek cannot escape the onslaught. Well, they're committing into this. This is a big commitment from paiN, and one that was costing them.
Okay.
Suddenly, the alchemy switches. Wolfie's still trying to get more.
He can't.
This is being drawn to the fight. They're just committing to this. They're just committing to this, and paiN is now very happy to give them the fights they're looking for.
You gotta put your foot on the brake there if you're both Mistim and Wolfie. I mean, there was a moment where Wolfie could have peeked out, maybe tried for a shot, but once a couple of seconds go by, 3-4 seconds, you've got to fall back and just play passively. And now, I mean, look at what you've put. Look at the situation that they have to deal with now. 1v3, Wolfie on the wrong site. Probably just going to save at this point. So paiN do deliver an 8th round.
I'm just going to put the money in such a tough spot here for ATK, right? Wolfie's looking for exits, but he's going to save the gun. He needs to commit to it. He certainly can't go for the round. Way too late. Really? Getting this bold with the peak. Making me nervous here. But it will be an 8th on the board. You're absolutely right here, John. And, I mean, for ATK, clearly the game plan there was a full commitment to the mid-fight. And paiN Gaming, it was looking tough. The star power shines through. Big kills from Zevy and Hardzao to bail them out. That's what they need.
No question. Yeah, they just stormed into mid and they won the duels straight up. ATK limp out of that round with one rifle, and they decide, you know what, we've got enough to justify a force buy. And I mean, the economy is actually pretty good for paiN. So we'll see how this one shakes out. They've got a couple of A1Ss, a Deagle, a CZ, and an MP5.
It's
do not see
interesting.
that often.
We highlighted in the pre-show, Skulls and Zevy, the young guns, they have not been what they were. They are not taking over here, right? They're playing fine. I don't think they're playing poorly by any measure.
No.
We're just used to seeing them take full command. Wolfie, ooh, poor timing on that clear. Hasn't worked in his favor. Now missed him with an MP5, has to defend the site. Gets the first, but 1 for 1, best he can do. And this is probably going to be a safe call.
Yeah, it definitely will be. I mean, look, they're already sectioned off. The smokes are there, the Molotov as well. They can't see a single thing, and they fully invest into this round. This next round is absolutely going to be an eco. Very little will be able to be bought up. So the A1S, the Deagle, and the CZ, along with the body armor, it's very, very valuable. And ATK realizing that, backs off, and paiN find themselves a second in a row. That's just a great aggressive push from paiN, replicating what ATK did to them on that B site. Jonji in particular, I mean, Nikis tried to channel him, it seemed there, ended up going down after finding only one, but the rest of his team, I mean, the reinforcements were there, and there was nothing that neither Missed Him nor Wolfie could do. So the lead is cut to 1 as paiN Gaming start their potential resurgence back into this match. ATK, yeah, it's just the stuff they saved from that previous round. Maybe a P250 for Wolfie, but I doubt it because he wants to get that AWP up and running as soon as possible. Even though it won't happen anyway in the next round, a little extra util is also very valuable. So they go with what they came into this round with, aside from maybe a few pieces of utility bought up. Big Uzera's charging right out, no hesitation. Wow, the pace is crazy, and they're punished. Jonji gets Nikis. He's going to get an upgrade as well, more than likely. Or did they manage to?
Yeah, they got it back.
Ferry it away?
They got it back immediately. It was right in the choke point of Palace, so they've got it back away. The rifle won't be gained, but it's still a massive kill to find. He's going to be a little upset that he can't get that gun, but it's great presence of mind from paiN to immediately cancel out the worst part of their potential mistake. Still. This is major danger. paiN slowing the pace right down. For all they know, there's a top mid push, right? So they're very hesitant about this. You can see eyes on, wary of it. It's a classic anti-eco strat, or eco strat rather. Race up, take that space, and especially after you see the bodies A, they're wary. Wisdom's just got to smoke to try and dissuade them. They've committed to this A stack. And that's the right read. Players going underpass right now.
Yeah, they're going A. Wow.
Smoke, maybe confirming this. Swisher got the right idea. His teammates won't have seen presence on site, so Swisher got to have his eyes on. Spots the barrel. That gives it away. One. Only one and done. Not ideal for the one rifle into the round, but let's see what they could do. Yob's not going to have a major advantage coming out here from ramp, and the Molotov gets committed in towards Palace itself. Flashbang, ruthless, kills on point, and only skulls remaining with a bomb dropped. Bodies coming his way, up, out. He's being harassed. He's being contained. He's out of time. They don't have to fight him at all. He's lost this to the clock. He knows it. The only thing they could do is accidentally give this round away. Does he get clocked? Does he get clocked? Missed him chasing this.
Oh,
no.
Oh my goodness, Skulls is so lucky to be alive. I mean, Missed Him knew that he was low, so he was just tapping away, pre-firing with the USP. But, I mean, we got to talk about that round. Wow, what a start for Jonji to get that opener, right? And then he falls off. Of course, he can't get the gun back, which sucks because paiN managed to ferry it away. At least sucks for him. And then paiN rotate around, looking like they were going to hit the B site, which would have been the correct decision, but instead say, well, you know what? We've got some positioning towards A. Let's try and go towards that site and take it. That was the mistake. Swisher spots the barrel, gets one. Could have been more, but he ends up going down after only that lone frag. But wow, Jonji going around the corner, knew a player was there. He gets the shot right after his teammate got the deagle headshot, and time was up at that point. Well done from ATK in a round they didn't invest much into at all, which means it definitely helps set up a little bit of an economic foundation for Mistim and Wolfie. Swisher, Rek, and Jonji had to buy up again, so not as much for them, but still, it's a round where ATK weren't necessarily the favorites at all, and they managed to pull it off. paiN will have a full buy again here, though, and they're going to use their utility immediately. 2 smokes, I think, thrown by accident for window there, so a bit of a miscommunication. But they're going to charge up, and they want to keep this aggressive pace going.
Wolfie's in such a tough spot. Smokes to give him some time, but he can't get out of here. He committed. He tried the fast catwalk boost, and he flubbed it. It's all going to be about the shot on the fade. Who has to know the smoke is coming his way?
Oh,
gun barrel right in his guts. Oh, who pulls the trigger first? They were kissing each other's guns. That's illegal in most states. This Wolfie comes out worse for the wear. I mean, it was necessary for Skulls, right? If he doesn't have that, round might still be done. Swisher won. The bomb confirmed as well. A fight on in and left the Skulls again in the clutch. Except this time they all have guns. Full control for ATK. They're starting to assert themselves now, and they built back up that lead.
And Jonji's looking phenomenal here. I think this is his best performance so far in these playoffs. What an impact he has had with opening frags, which have actually eluded him coming into this series. If you look at the amount of attempts he takes, it's a lot. The most on the team, 25.9% attempts, but success rate below 50% at 43.8, and actually was the lowest on the team. But that has changed here on Mirage. He keeps winning opening duel after opening duel, and when he takes the aggression, it's working out almost every single time. He actually leads the team as well in terms of frags at 17. So that is a boon for ATK, as Rek's going to peek into a couple of pistols. Needs to be careful with low HP, but the flashbang is thrown from Jonji. It is perfect. Swisher gets in the keys, and well, it's just pistols for paiN and only a Glock and a deagle left.
Yeah, it's cleanup time. Cleanup crew on the scene. Viscera, cleanup detail. Bring back that game. I haven't played that one.
That's a good game.
Classic. This one's spotless. So the cleanup detail not needed whatsoever. No casualties for ATK. Bank, building, and the lead as well. They're just a stone's throw away from closing this. This is their map pick, but it's such a radical departure from what we got in the last matchup against paiN. It's ATK. I mean, even in this matchup, right? In the beginning, we were talking about some of the mistakes, costing them rounds, missed timings, and they've just started to get into that flow state. They're playing off of each other. They're taking the initiative. They're setting the pace themselves, and they're not having those mistakes, those miscues, those slowdowns where they have to think about the situation that were costing them previously. That caught, gun not out. Jonji trying to go real fast with it has now left his teammate very much isolated.
That's the double-edged sword. We talked about it so many times. You know, you go for those pushes. Sometimes they work out wonderfully, but that time Jonji just not ready to fire. And a quick 5v4 in favor of paiN. But look at this. paiN don't actually execute off those smokes, right? Like you said, a fake comes through. I don't think it would have been a bad idea for them to
They're anticipating that a full rotation came in, or at least a heavy rotation, and they're correct. So now they've got in towards mid. This is the idea. Softened up the play. You're ready for one potential peek here. Missed him. The question is, can he do damage? But once they see missed him, or in this case, smoke him out. Yeah, it's a tough spot. It's a really tough spot. This deep apps control is going to be so huge. They haven't seen anything yet. So let's see if they assume there's someone in apps. Missed him. Deleted. Wolfie catches one, but he can't get the second, and now it's over. Swisher will try. This is a hero play. They're down. Underpass. A little bold from Skulls. He is going to keep Swisher from being able to slip away, and that'll make it a little bit more expensive for ATK.
Smart play from Skulls to expect a rotation to come through from Cat, or at least expect Swisher to readjust himself. Probably had the auto cues as well. And Rek says, all right, fine. I'm just going to sit back and save my M4. No chasing the hero 1v4. Not much time left to do it anyway. And paiN Gaming are going to hit double digits. Like you said, a good adjustment at the beginning of that round. They fake the A hit, after finding Jonji getting too aggressive in the Palace and then rotate off to a softened B site. Credit to Mistem, though, who had the read throughout the entirety of that. He rotates himself back into B, gets in position to actually have impact, but can't connect the shots in time. paiN were just too far up for him to be able to peek around comfortably. So paiN Gaming get that one round they needed. Looking at the economy for ATK, though, it was built up substantially, so they'll still have a buy up here. They do run out of cash on 3 players, but still, given the momentum still hasn't shifted out of their favor, they could quickly erase that round out of their minds. I mean, this is so quick from paiN again. Big Uzera takes down Jonji.
Explosive play. I mean, it's just an A execute. This time they actually go through with it instead of faking. And rack 1 for 1. It's just not good enough. The retake util's not here. The ticket player is gone. There was no smoke for it. And Swisher wanted to see if he could take advantage. As the bomb goes down, this one might actually catch Zevy. This is extremely aggressive positioning. They're going to go double up, and they're going to back away.
That's a good call. Yeah, save the double op and go away from that fight. Money's not really there, and the ops are way too valuable to throw away. As paiN are going to get themselves an 11th, but, you know, paiN, as aggressive as they've been in the past, right? Before they had this latest major run, they made adjustments, they slowed down their pace of play, but early paiN was just crazy aggressive. They were going for fights all the time, and this is the type of play we would see. Lately, it's not been as predominant in their play, but wow, this map, they are just full sending it to the A site, B site, wherever they decide to go, more often than not. So it's nice to see that pace come back, and it's paying off for them, of course. It's just a contrast to what we've seen as of late, and a huge contrast to the way MIBR play, right? Their Brazilian counterpart.
Perhaps a bit. But I mean, it's a classic Mirage play, right? It's the threat of that full A execute. It's something that you have to throw in so that the fakes, when they do, that they work, right? You have to have your opponents trusting it. And because they've thrown a couple of those fakes, because they've thrown the smoke set and then backed off, you didn't have ATK anticipating the full explode, right? There weren't mollies down. There weren't needs in immediately to respond, and it's that tempo change.
Yeah, I mean, they were doing it towards the B side too, but either way, timeout going to be called here. As teams are both going to get a chance to talk things over, and it's done. So ATK off of that double op saved are going to invest. Of course, they should. They had enough money to get 2 more rifles and the MP9, along with almost a full util set for everyone. 3 of the 5 players haven't. So they're going to try going for this one and getting that 14th on the board. But paiN, they started to build up their economy. They want nothing of it. They want to stop ATK right in their tracks. We'll see if they continue with their explosive play. A couple of players going out towards mid. They've got one at the bottom of a ramp, and this is going to be paiN-hardzao peeking around into the apartment. Swisher's waiting for it this time with the AWP. He's running that second op.
They should be aware of the possibility of the secondary op, right? You can tell they're adjusting. They're a little bit more timid for this fight and towards the apartments because that's where you would expect the secondary to come. They know that Zevy got overrun. So they're going to have to respect it. This is passive. They got this top mid presence. They got the player underpass. They're really expecting aggression outside of A. They start to shift around. Flash is exchanged. Where did that damage on the paiN-hardzao come? That was the deep angle. I think he got tagged by the op. Fortunate that's not a kill.
He did.
Now they're certainly on notice. They're coming back in towards A. This positioning from Big Uzera could be huge. Molotov a tick early. Just a tick early.
Yeah.
Certainly Jonji will know. He's going to clear in. Does he have
I don't
flash
know
for this? No. Deleted. Advantage now for paiN in a big way. Wolfie quite sectioned off. Big kill for Rek. Helps his Zopper out. Wolfie needs to hit something, though, and he's not going to be able to do so. Couldn't connect. And with that, they're locked out. The bomb is going down. Nothing paiN or ATK can do about that. And with Rek lost, they need to pull the plug. They need to back away. Cannot pull the plug. Can't say quit here. bit of desperation on and missed him. Well, at that point, he knew he couldn't escape.
Zevy and Skulls contributing that round there. Zevy with a 3K, and I mean, yeah, they just couldn't get away or maybe didn't want to. Perhaps they're frustrated with how the last couple of rounds have gone, and they feel like they should have gotten a 14th already, so we'll see how this next one plays out. Obviously, they don't have much money. Yes, the loss bonus is starting to pick up a little bit, but that was only at 2,400, and they opt to just go for 3 deagles. That's it. That's all. Missed him. He's going to go towards that B site, but everyone else onto A, charging out, looking to be aggressive. Big Azera's waiting for it. Gets 1, 2. We'll see if a third goes his way, but ATK have stopped in their tracks and said, okay, let's just try and hold the angles. Jonji in particular with that deagle. The keys cleans out Wolfie, and now Jonji's by his lonesome. He will get missed and rotating around from CT to try and help him out, but there's only so much they can do. Jonji jumps down into Sandwich. He's just trying to charge into the keys with that deagle. Missed him, gets 1, and the round is done.
Swift as can be. So it feels like we're going the distance, and for ATK, all of that wonderful momentum, it's evaporated. paiN in the driver's seat. A buy or 2 in store with bomb plants, certainly 2 without issue. They're going to be able to fight through this half, whichever way it breaks. That is the ideal position to be in as a T side. You know, I mean, 16-0 is the ideal position, but it's a pretty ideal position to be in. If you crack through this round, ATK aren't stopping map point.
I don't know what ATK are thinking here. 2 decoys bought up. Curious thinking how they're going to employ those.
Cheaper than a flashbang.
Well,
we're broke.
Maybe they'll try something interesting.
If they've got a set decoy strat,
see,
I would be enticed. Glass cannon, Wolfie. The op has really not been that impactful. And this is looking like a waterfall out of Palace. Rex actually decently set up for this. Provided he doesn't catch the flash. Here it comes. There's the move. Wolfie dead immediately. Rek gets 1 and done. That op, man. Just not having any luck at ticket. And now ATK, having bet everything into this round, might just have to try and withdraw.
Yeah, nade's good. Frag's good. Okay.
Drawn back in. Here we go. Barely can see these players, and Jonji's chewing through with his AUG. All onto Skulls. There's a Molotov. If they drop the Molotov, Skulls can't do anything about this. He's going to try and swing, but it's desperation beyond anything else. And somehow, some way, locked out, losing their A-site defenders, everyone bunched into the same choke point. ATK still break through.
Jonji, so much credit for him with the AUG. Manages to get 1 Swisher as well, like you mentioned, and then things just start to pile the way of ATK. paiN Gaming just couldn't section them off. Didn't realize that all 3 would just be coming up from the same angle, I guess. And 3 individual fights. As paiN were tucked into the corners. ATK capitalized. Wow. Fantastic work to get their 14th. And now ATK, a chance potentially to get a 15th. Thing is, the money is so good for paiN, they'll probably be able to buy up regardless. And Jonji, a little too aggressive again, gets taken out immediately. Swisher with an important trade, though, to keep the numbers even. But paiN are fighting for that mid control still. ATK have to be really, really careful. I think Swisher wants to come into window, but Zevy's right here with the op, and well, now he's safe to cross. Smoke thrown by paiN.
You'll note he was actually jumping over the corners of the smoke, just in case there was a little angle exposed. That's
Never
actually
be too
a nice
careful.
bit of awareness. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it from Swisher. Would be confusing if you're in underpass trying to hear those audio cues and thinking, what? Is he posting?
What's going on?
What's going on?
Yeah.
It is still a big scalp to take Jonji out of the round. He's been an engine for the retakes. He certainly wasn't that last round. Take a backseat here. Rek. Spamming on the angle. Swisher's lost. Wanted that peek. That's what they were waiting for. Waiting to capitalize. And now a man advantage for paiN. This is playing out exactly as they wanted. Where do they want to take the bomb? No information on the sites themselves. They've had a lot of success getting into A recently. Seems like they're going to try it again. Wolfie drops down. This is Bull. Gets the first. Opera out of play. Under pressure, and he could do no more. And Wreck lost. Skulls delivers them the round.
Yeah, that's the risk if you're the Opera to go out with that type of angle. Yes, you might get a surprising frag on one side, but afterwards, once you're spotted, you're in a really tough angle to fight from and so many spots that you can get fragged from, and that's just the end of it for Wolfie. So, tied up 14-14. ATK can't convert after getting that round victory. That didn't seem like it was possible. And their economy, not too great. So they have to settle for pistols. But they did manage to get a pistol round victory a little while ago. Sure, they had some rifles in that round, but we'll see.
This should be another step.
Yeah.
There's not armor on 4 of these players, John. This would be the next level if they manage to convert here.
Well, Rex got the armor, so he's going to get the 4K.
There you go.
Yeah.
There's no better opportunity for paiN Gaming to seize 15. For ATK. So much work's been done. Let's come into a shuddering halt here. Swisher. They're boosting up. Third window.
Through.
Swisher didn't spot that at all. He's not got the information on it. So is this a player underpass now? This is going to get real weird.
Missed him dead. Unless he turns around.
Imagine he's jump spotting into apps. He has no idea paiN-zevy here. So they're going to wait for paiN-zevy to activate. Goodbye, missed him. Just no information whatsoever. Swisher can get back on the angle, but there should be utility to take him away. Certainly do know he's here. And they'll take the fight. Breck should honestly probably save. Wolfie has nothing worth saving.
No, yeah, Wolfie only $300 spent, so he's just going to hold here and mark it, and dead? Yeah, I guess. He was flashbang. There we go.
He gets wrung out on the register. That'll be $6.75. Here's your quarter.
Why $6.75, Mike? I need to know.
I don't know. I just chose random numbers, John. It's called
improv.
okay.
That works. That works.
You
I thought there was a reason behind it.
You gotta build on. Come on, John. Don't you know the laws of improv? You gotta build on it. Don't. You're just breaking it down with a question here.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've let you down, Mike.
It's all right. We'll get you. We'll get you back on practice Wednesday. We've got a show. Our improv troupe is called Mike and the Fraggers.
Good improv name for an improv group.
For some reason, the Counter-Strike based improv not taking off. Couldn't tell you why. Might have something to do with the whole theming being like shooting each other and whatnot. But we'll get them next time. We'll get them next year. Next year's our year.
Sure.
Next maps, maybe ATK's map, because this one's not looking like it. One chance, do or die.
It'd be such a shame for them to not be able to get to overtime and get another crack at winning this map, because it's just turning out the same way as the previous affair, where they look back on a couple of rounds, even 3 rounds, where could have gone their way, and then that would have led to likely a victory on their side. It's not over yet, but John G, there we go. The push out into mid. He takes down paiN-zevy, and there's the quick 5v4. Missed him. Poised to also get another one here. Necky's running with his knife out. He gets caught, and now missed him, looking for another. No. Hardzao finally connects, but it's still the man advantage, and the info's there.
Shots not hit for Wolfie. Again, that op struggling to have any impact into these rounds, and now they got to get out the choke point. Skulls ahead of it. Smoke blooms to save CT's lives. Shadow spotted on Wreck. He's got it. It's come down to the 1v1. The bomb's not planted. It's all just the duel. Jonji and Skulls. Who comes out on top? Jonji's using the USB. The USB. And Skulls is withdrawn. He's backed away. Jonji will have time aplenty. Doesn't even need the reload because he's picked up another gun. He's going to slip the gap. He anticipated this rotate, but Skulls is still going to beat him to a safe spot for this plant. Now Jonji gets confirmation of exactly what he thought out in the open. Skulls!
Oh, no.
Shot lands first. So 16-14. This map could not have been closer. Coming down to just the final clutch. But paiN Gaming still do it. They overcome ATK. They complete the comeback and they ruin ATK's day.